Welcome to the Essential Guide on Section 1031, Exchanges for Real Estate Investors. Discover how to defer capital gains taxes and build massive wealth by swapping like-kind properties. Let's unlock the secrets to tax-free growth together today. Understanding the basic rules is the first step toward financial freedom. To qualify, you must hold property for investment or business use. Avoid personal residences and focus on assets that generate long-term value for your growing portfolio. The like-kind requirement is broader than most people realize. You can exchange an apartment building for a warehouse or a retail strip for raw land. This flexibility allows you to pivot your strategy without losing money to taxes. Timing is everything in a successful exchange. From the moment you sell your relinquished property, the clock starts ticking. You have exactly 45 days to identify potential replacement assets and 180 days to close the deal. The role of the qualified intermediary is absolutely critical. You cannot touch the sale proceeds yourself, or the tax deferral fails. The intermediary holds the funds securely in escrow until they are reinvested into your new property. To achieve full tax deferral, follow the equal or greater rule. You must reinvest all net equity and take on a mortgage equal to or larger than the previous one. Any leftover cash is considered taxable boot. Leverage is a powerful tool in Section 1031 strategies. By deferring taxes, you keep 40% more capital working for you. This allows you to acquire much larger properties than you could if you paid the government first. Portfolio consolidation is a popular reason for an exchange. You can trade several smaller, high-maintenance rental houses for one large, professionally managed apartment complex. This streamlines your operations and increases your passive income through institutional-grade assets. Geographic diversification helps mitigate local market risks. Use a 1031 exchange to move your equity from a stagnant market to a high-growth region. This ensures your wealth isn't tied to the economic health of a single city. Estate planning benefits make Section 1031 even more attractive. If you hold exchanged properties until death, your heirs receive a stepped-up basis to fair market value. This effectively eliminates the deferred capital gains tax for the next generation. Multi-asset exchanges involve complex moving parts but offer high rewards. You can bundle various investment types into a single transaction. Proper coordination with your legal team ensures every asset qualifies under the strict Internal Revenue Service guidelines. The identification process requires precision and clear documentation. You must list your potential replacement properties in writing to your intermediary by the midnight deadline. Any ambiguity or late submission will result in a fully taxable event. The three-property rule is the most common identification method. It allows you to nominate up to 3 properties of any value. This provides a safety net if your primary choice falls through during the due diligence phase. The 200% rule offers an alternative for diversified investors. You can identify more than 3 properties, provided their combined fair market value does not exceed double the value of the property you sold. Use this wisely. The 95% rule is rarely used but helpful in specific cases. You can identify any number of properties, but you must actually acquire 95% of the value identified. It is a high-stakes strategy for complex portfolios. Vacant land can be a strategic starting point for your exchange. Trading raw land for improved real estate allows you to turn non-productive assets into cash-flowing rentals. This transition significantly boosts your monthly income and overall returns. Avoid the common trap of constructive receipt. If the sale precedes land in your personal bank account for even a second, the 1031 exchange is void. Always ensure the intermediary handles the wire transfers directly for compliance. Partial exchanges are possible if you need some liquidity. You can choose to keep a portion of the cash, known as boot, but be prepared to pay taxes on that specific amount. The rest remains deferred. The definition of real property was narrowed in recent tax reforms. While equipment no longer qualifies, most traditional real estate interests remain eligible. This includes air rights, easements, and even certain long-term leasehold interests in commercial land. Reverse exchanges allow you to buy the new property before selling the old one. This is perfect for competitive markets where you find a great deal and cannot wait. It requires a dedicated exchange accommodation title holder. Improvement exchanges, or build-to-suit, let you use exchange funds to renovate or construct on the new property. The intermediary holds the title while work is completed, ensuring the final value meets your reinvestment requirements perfectly. Zero cash flow properties are niche tools for high net worth investors. These highly leveraged assets provide massive depreciation benefits to offset other income while satisfying the 1031 reinvestment rules. They are ideal for passive wealth preservation strategies. Tenants in common, or TIC investments, allow you to own a fractional interest in a large commercial asset. This makes high-quality real estate accessible for smaller exchange amounts while still satisfying all the legal requirements for like-kind property. Delaware Statutory Trusts, or DSTS, have revolutionized the 1031 landscape. They offer a hands-off, passive investment vehicle that qualifies for deferral. You own a fractional share of a professionally managed institutional property without any landlord headaches. Vacation rentals can qualify for Section 1031 if you follow safe harbor rules. You must rent the unit out for at least 14 days a year and limit your personal use. It is a great strategy. Related party exchanges come with extra scrutiny from the IRS. If you exchange with a family member, you generally must both hold the properties for at least 2 years. Failure to do so triggers immediate taxation. Closing costs and commissions can affect your reinvestment math. Certain expenses, like broker fees, are exchange expenses and can be paid with exchange funds. However, loan costs and prorated taxes might trigger minor taxable boot. The holding period for investment property isn't strictly defined by law, but most experts suggest at least 1 to 2 years. This demonstrates clear intent to hold, which is the cornerstone of a valid 1031 claim. State tax laws often mirror federal 1031 rules, but not always. Some states require specific filings or have clawback provisions if you move equity out of state. Always consult a local tax professional before finalizing your move. Combining a 1031 exchange with a primary residence exclusion is a master-level move. By converting a rental into a home later, you can potentially capture both tax benefits. This requires careful timing and adherence to strict ownership periods. Refinancing after an exchange is a smart way to access tax-free cash. Once the exchange is complete and the new title is seasoned, you can pull equity out through a loan. This provides liquidity without triggering capital gains. Disaster relief can sometimes extend the 1031 deadlines. If the president declares a federal disaster in your area, the IRS may grant an extension for identification or closing. This provides vital breathing room during difficult, unexpected times. Commercial to residential swaps are perfectly legal. You can trade an industrial warehouse for a portfolio of single-family rental homes. This flexibility allows you to chase yields across different sectors of the real estate market seamlessly. Agricultural land offers unique 1031 opportunities. You can exchange farmland for commercial property or even timberland. These transitions often help retiring farmers move from labor-intensive land into passive, income-producing triple-net lease investments for their retirement. Oil, gas, and mineral rights are considered real property in many jurisdictions. You can exchange these interests for traditional real estate like apartments or offices. This is a powerful way to diversify out of energy assets. Avoid flipping houses within a 1031 exchange. Properties held primarily for resale are considered inventory, not investments. To qualify for tax deferral, you must prove you intended to hold the property for long-term rental or appreciation. The step transaction doctrine is used by the IRS to catch aggressive tax avoidance. If you perform a series of quick transfers to reach a tax-free result, they may collapse the deal and tax it. Foreclosures can still trigger a 1031 exchange opportunity. If you are facing a taxable gain from a foreclosure sale, you can perform an exchange to defer that liability. This requires quick action and a cooperative lender involved. Easements and cell tower leases can often be exchanged for other real estate. If you sell a perpetual easement on your land, that capital can be rolled into a new investment property. It is a creative strategy. Partnership interests cannot be exchanged directly under Section 1031. However, using a drop and swap strategy, partners can distribute the real estate to individuals first. This allows each person to go their own way with an exchange. Triple net or NNN leases are the gold standard for 1031 replacement properties. With a corporate tenant like Walgreens or Starbucks, you get steady rent with zero management responsibilities. This is the ultimate passive income retirement vehicle. The same taxpayer rule is a fundamental requirement. The entity that sells the property must be the exact same entity that buys the new one. Changing from a personal name to an LLC midstream can ruin everything. Disregarded entities, like single-member LLCs, are the exception to the same taxpayer rule. You can sell in your personal name and buy in your LLC's name because the IRS sees them as one and the same person. Escrow instructions must be explicit about the 1031 exchange. Both the buy-side and sell-side contracts should include language notifying all parties of the exchange. This transparency ensures the qualified intermediary can step into the role correctly. Mortgage boot occurs when your new debt is lower than your old debt. Even if you reinvest all the cash, the reduction in liability is taxed as a gain. Always aim to keep your leverage consistent or higher. Boot can be balanced by adding more cash to the deal. If you can't find a property with enough debt, you can offset the difference with out-of-pocket funds. This keeps the exchange whole and avoids unnecessary tax bills. International real estate does not qualify for a 1031 exchange with U.S. property. You must exchange domestic property for domestic property. However, you can exchange one foreign property for another foreign property under similar but separate rules. The 1031 exchange is not a loophole. It is a mandated part of the tax code designed to encourage reinvestment. By keeping capital moving, investors stimulate the economy, support construction, and provide housing across the entire country. Proper record-keeping is your best defense in an audit. Save all closing statements, intermediary agreements, and identification letters for at least 7 years. Clear trails of funds and titles are essential for proving your exchange was valid. Choosing the right qualified intermediary is the most important decision you will make. Look for bonded, insured firms with a long track record. Your entire investment is at stake, so never choose based on price alone. The 180-day deadline is absolute and includes weekends and holidays. If the deadline falls on a Sunday, you must close by the Friday before. There are no extensions for personal emergencies or slow bank processing during the deal. Simultaneous exchanges are rare today but still possible. In this scenario, the two properties are traded at the exact same moment. Even here, using a qualified intermediary is highly recommended to ensure the safe harbor protections apply. Environmental due diligence is crucial for commercial exchanges. If your new property has hidden contamination, you could be liable for millions in cleanup costs. Never rush an exchange just to beat a deadline without doing proper inspections. Title insurance is a non-negotiable expense in any 1031 deal. It protects your newly deferred equity from old liens or ownership disputes. Ensure your intermediary is listed correctly on the preliminary title report during the transition phase. A bailing out strategy is when an investor decides to cancel an exchange. If you can't find a property you like, you simply take the cash after 45 or 180 days and pay the tax. Tax deferred does not mean tax exempt. You are pushing the tax bill into the future. However, if you continue to exchange throughout your life, you may never actually pay that tax, thanks to the current inheritance laws. Capital gains tax rates vary, and 1031 exchanges also defer the 3.8% net investment, income tax, and depreciation recapture. These hidden taxes can be significant, making the exchange even more valuable for high-earning real estate professionals. Multifamily housing remains a favorite for 1,031 investors. With the ability to scale from 4 units to 400, the 1,031 exchange provides the latter. Investors need to move from small-time rentals to institutional-scale apartment ownership. The future of Section 1031 is often debated in Washington. While proposals to limit it appear occasionally, its role in the real estate market is vital. Staying informed about legislative changes helps you plan your long-term exit. Congratulations on finishing this deep dive. You now have the knowledge to navigate Section 1031 like a pro. Start planning your next move, defer those taxes, and watch your real estate empire grow to its full potential. The concept of like kind is often misunderstood by beginners. It refers to the nature or character of the property, not its grade or quality. Almost any real estate held for investment qualifies as like kind to other investment real estate. Condominiums and townhomes are excellent vehicles for 1,031 exchanges. They offer a manageable entry point for investors moving away from single-family homes. Ensure the homeowner association rules allow for long-term rentals to maintain your investment intent and compliance. Parking garages represent a unique and high-yield niche. In a 1,031 exchange, these structures are considered real property. They offer lower maintenance costs compared to residential buildings while providing steady, automated cash flow in dense urban environments. Campgrounds and RV parks have gained massive popularity. Trading a traditional office building for a nature park is a valid exchange. The land and permanent utility hookups qualify, allowing you to enter the booming outdoor hospitality market. Strategic patience is a virtue in real estate. While the 1031 clock is demanding, don't let the pressure force you into a bad deal. Use the identification period to vet multiple markets and find the best risk-adjusted returns. Electric vehicle charging stations are a forward-thinking investment. When integrated into real estate, the infrastructure and grid connections can be part of an exchange. This allows you to modernize your portfolio while deferring significant capital gains taxes. Cold storage facilities are in high demand due to the growth of grocery delivery. These industrial assets qualify for 1,031 exchanges. The specialized refrigeration infrastructure is often considered part of the real estate, providing excellent depreciation benefits. Vertical farms are transforming urban real estate. Converting a retail strip into a high-tech leafy green tower via an exchange is a bold move. The fixed-growth racks and climate systems are real property that drives modern yields. Glamping sites offer luxury returns on outdoor land. By exchanging a low-yield condo for a site with permanent yurt platforms and utility lines, you can significantly boost your income. It is a stylish way to preserve your wealth. Balancing the scales of value and debt is the final step in any exchange. Use twilight moments to reflect on your progress. Each successful exchange builds a stronger foundation for your financial legacy and long-term retirement security. Automated vertical storage warehouses are the backbone of modern logistics. These high-tech facilities qualify for 1,031 treatment. By trading old strip centers for robotic hubs, you align your portfolio with the rapid growth of global e-commerce. Electric freight truck stops are a massive infrastructure opportunity. The concrete bays and heavy-duty substations are real property. Using a 1,031 exchange to enter this niche positions you at the forefront of the green transportation revolution. Data centers are the digital real estate of the 21st century. Trading apartments for server farms via an exchange allows you to capture massive corporate demand. The specialized cooling and power systems provide robust underlying asset value. Smart greenhouses combine agriculture with high-tech efficiency. These permanent steel-framed structures are ideal replacement properties. An exchange into agtech allows you to benefit from sustainable food trends while keeping your capital working entirely for you. Morning reflections at the market remind us that all business is local. Even when pursuing high-tech or industrial assets, Understanding the local community and economic drivers is essential for the long-term success of your exchanged properties. Integrated logistics hubs are the peak of industrial efficiency. These warehouses use sensors and automation to optimize flow. Through a 1031 exchange, you can trade legacy assets for these smart properties that attract high-quality, long-term corporate tenants. Agrovoltaics is the practice of combining solar energy with farming. This dual-use real estate is a powerful 1031 target. You receive rent from energy production and agricultural use, doubling your income streams while deferring every penny of tax. Modular hotels are built faster and more efficiently. The structural pods are considered real property once installed. An exchange into this sector allows you to benefit from rapid construction timelines and modern hospitality trends without immediate tax. Urban renewal projects offer a chance to revitalize cities. Trading old industrial sites for modern mixed-use developments via an exchange fuels community growth. These projects often come with additional local incentives that stack with your tax deferral. As the sun sets on another successful deal, remember that the 1031 exchange is your most loyal financial ally. It preserves your hard-earned equity, allowing you to reach heights that would be impossible through traditional taxable sales. Short-term rental portfolios can be consolidated into larger assets. If you have managed several individual heirlooms, a 1031 exchange allows you to move that equity into a single boutique hotel, simplifying your management and increasing your professional scale. Self-storage units are a recession-resistant favorite. These properties have low capital expenditure and high stickiness with tenants. Exchanging residential rentals for self-storage is a classic move for investors seeking more stability and fewer maintenance headaches. Medical office buildings provide long-term stability. Healthcare tenants often sign 10 to 15-year leases and invest heavily in their own build-outs. This makes them perfect 1031 replacement properties for investors looking for reliable, hands-off monthly cash flow. Mobile home parks are often called parking lots for houses. They offer incredible returns and very low turnover. Use an exchange to move from a high-priced urban market into a park with significant value-add potential and growth. Quiet moments by the water help us appreciate the freedom that wealth provides. Real estate isn't just about the numbers. It's about the time you gain to spend with family and the peace of mind for your future. Student housing near major universities offers built-in demand. While management can be more intensive, the yields are often superior to traditional apartments. A 1031 exchange into this sector can provide a significant boost to your annual returns. Adaptive reuse projects transform history into profit. Converting an old school or factory into luxury lofts is a valid 1031 strategy. These unique properties often command premium rents and provide a distinctive edge in a crowded market. Life sciences and lab space are specialized industrial niches. These properties require high-tech ventilation and plumbing, all of which count as real estate value. Exchanging into this sector taps into the massive growth of the biotech industry. Mixed-use developments provide the best of both worlds. With retail on the ground floor and apartments above, you diversify your income within a single building. Use a 1031 exchange to upgrade into these high-performing urban assets. The finish line of one exchange is simply the starting blocks for the next. The cycle of deferral and reinvestment is the engine of the American dream. Keep your eyes on the horizon and your capital in motion. Senior living facilities cater to an aging population. This silver tsunami creates consistent demand for assisted living and memory care properties. A 1031 exchange into this asset class offers both social impact and strong financial performance. Co-working spaces have redefined the office market. While the business model is flexible, the underlying real estate remains a solid 1031 target. Look for buildings in prime locations that can adapt to changing work-from-home trends and needs. Last-mile delivery hubs are the most critical link in the supply chain. These small, strategically located warehouses are incredibly valuable. Using an exchange to acquire these tight, assets ensures your portfolio stays relevant in the digital age. Marinas and boat storage are rare but lucrative 1,031 opportunities. The docks, slips, and land-based storage facilities qualify as real property. This niche offers high barriers to entry and very loyal, high-net-worth customers for your business. Reflecting on the journey is just as important as the destination. Every property you have owned has taught you a lesson. Use that wisdom to make your next exchange your most successful and profitable one yet. Single-tenant net lease retail provides ultimate simplicity. With a national tenant responsible for all taxes, insurance, and maintenance, your check arrives like clockwork. This is the preferred mailbox money strategy for many retired 1,031 investors today. Build-to-rent communities are the new frontier of residential real estate. These purpose-built neighborhoods of single-family homes offer the benefits of a house with the professional management of an apartment. Exchange your scattered rentals for this consolidated model. Flex industrial space accommodates both office and warehouse needs. This versatility makes it easy to lease in any economic climate. A 1,031 exchange into flex space provides a balanced risk profile for your growing commercial real estate portfolio. The power of compounding is amplified by tax deferral. By keeping that 30 or 40% of equity that would have gone to taxes, you are effectively getting an interest-free loan from the government to grow wealth. You have reached a major milestone, 100 scenes of tax deferral wisdom, but we aren't done yet. The advanced strategies for the next century of wealth building are just around the corner. Let's keep the momentum going. Deepwater ports and rail-served land are industrial goldmines. These rare logistical advantages make the real estate incredibly valuable. Use a 1,031 exchange to acquire land with right-of-way access, securing your portfolio's place in the global trade network. Billboard land leases can be surprisingly profitable. If you own the land beneath a major highway sign, that interest can be exchanged for other real estate. It's a creative way to turn invisible land into a traditional apartment building. Rooftop solar leases are the new urban mineral rights. If you own a large commercial roof, the lease for solar panels is a valuable asset. Use an exchange to roll these niche gains into a larger, consolidated property investment. Subterranean parking rights in major cities are high-value real estate. These invisible assets can be traded for visible buildings. A 1,031 exchange allows you to move from the underground world into high-rise luxury or commercial office space. A quiet bench at dawn is the perfect place to plan your next decade. The 1,031 exchange isn't just a transaction, it's a lifelong strategy for building a dynasty. Think big, act precisely, and stay focused on growth. Data privacy centers require extreme security and specialized infrastructure. These high-security buildings are prime 1,031 targets. The specialized vaults and reinforced structures add significant real estate value that generates premium rents from high-profile, long-term corporate clients. Hydroponic facility conversions are at the intersection of tech and real estate. Taking an old factory and exchanging it for a climate-controlled growing environment via 1,031 is a smart play for the sustainable future of urban agriculture. Airport hangar leases are a niche but steady 1,031 option. The land and structures used for private aviation are real property. This market serves high-net-worth individuals and corporate fleets, providing a very stable and upscale tenant base. Movie studios and soundstages are specialized industrial assets. With the explosion of streaming content, demand for these spaces is at an all-time high. A 1,031 exchange into this sector puts you in the heart of entertainment. As the city lights flicker on, consider the power of the stepped-up basis. This is the ultimate reward for a lifetime of successful 1,031 exchanges, ensuring your family inherits the full value of your hard work. Film and television production hubs require massive footprints and specialized power. These industrial-scale assets are valid 1,031 targets. Trading a standard warehouse for a purpose-built soundstage allows you to capture the high-premium rents of the global media industry. Cannabis cultivation facilities, where legal, have become a high-yield institutional asset class. The reinforced greenhouses and high-security infrastructure qualify as real property. Using a 1031 exchange into this sector can provide exceptional returns and rapid equity growth. Satellite ground stations and telecommunications hubs are vital digital infrastructure. The land and specialized towers are real estate assets. Exchanging legacy property for these tech-driven sites connects your portfolio to the future of global communication and data. Ghost kitchens are the modern solution for food delivery. These windowless commercial kitchens are high-efficiency industrial assets. Use a 1031 exchange to move out of traditional retail and into the heart of the digital food revolution. The scent of pine and the sound of birds remind us why we invest. We build wealth not just for the sake of money, but to preserve the beauty of our world and the freedom of our lifestyle. Modular workforce housing solves critical shortages in growing regions. These prefabricated residential buildings are fully eligible for 1031 exchanges. Investing here provides a vital service while generating strong, consistent rental income from a reliable and growing workforce. Renewable energy storage parks house massive battery arrays. The concrete pads and grid connections are real property. Using a 1031 exchange to enter the energy storage market aligns your wealth with the global transition to sustainable power. Biotech incubator spaces offer lab-ready suites for startups. These specialized buildings command much higher rents than standard offices. A 1031 exchange into this sector allows you to benefit from the explosive growth in life sciences and medicine. The buy, die, and defer strategy is the ultimate wealth transfer tool. By never selling and always exchanging, you bypass capital gains indefinitely. This ensures that every dollar you have ever made stays within your family's control. You have reached scene 120. The complexity is increasing, but so are the rewards. You are now among the top tier of informed investors. Let's push through the final act of this financial masterclass. Urban winery and brewery spaces combine industrial utility with retail appeal. These experiential properties are robust 1031 targets. The permanent vats and specialized flooring add to the real estate value, attracting successful local businesses as long-term, reliable tenants. Vertical self-storage in high-density cities is a masterpiece of land use. Trading a sprawling flat lot for a multi-story, climate-controlled facility via a 1031 exchange maximizes your per-square-foot income and significantly increases your overall portfolio value. Equine facilities and professional horse farms are unique real estate assets. The stables, arenas, and fenced pastures qualify for 1031 exchanges. This niche market serves high-net-worth hobbyists and professionals, offering a stable and very prestigious investment opportunity. Shared medical suites provide flexible space for private practices. These specialized office condos are perfect for 1031 reinvestment. With healthcare demand rising, owning the infrastructure that doctors and therapists rely on ensures a recession-proof income stream for years. A quiet stroll through the garden at sunset allows for deep strategic thought. The best investors don't just react to the market, they anticipate where the world is going and position their capital accordingly through smart exchanges. Container-based retail parks are a modern, trendy use of land. These modular units, once permanently affixed, qualify as real property. A 1031 exchange into these creative spaces allows you to capture the vibrant energy of small business communities. Blockchain-secured property deeds are the future of title. While the technology is new, the underlying real estate remains a classic 1031 asset. Staying ahead of these technological shifts ensures your portfolio remains modern, liquid, and incredibly easy to manage. Micro-apartment developments target the growing urban workforce. These high-density residential buildings offer excellent price-per-square-foot returns. Using a 1031 exchange to move from traditional apartments to microunits can significantly amplify your monthly cash flow in competitive cities. Sustainable timberland is a legacy asset that literally grows over time. Exchanging commercial buildings for managed forests is a valid 1031 move. This provides a natural inflation hedge and a peaceful, long-term wealth preservation strategy for your future heirs. As the city lights glow in the distance, take pride in the empire you are building. The 1031 exchange is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Keep crossing and never look back. Robot delivery-ready warehouses feature specialized docking and charging zones. These properties are the elite tier of modern industrial real estate. A 1031 exchange into this niche ensures your assets remain at the cutting edge of the global logistics chain. Aquaculture farms represent the future of sustainable protein. The land and permanent tank systems are real property. Exchanging traditional farmland for these high-tech water farms allows you to benefit from the massive growth in the global blue economy. Hybrid office hub and spoke models are reshaping corporate footprints. Small, high-quality satellite offices in suburban areas are prime 1031 targets. This strategy follows the workforce, ensuring your commercial assets are located exactly where people want to work. Specialized car storage for collectors is a booming luxury niche. These climate-controlled, high-security auto galleries are real property. An exchange into this sector provides access to a sophisticated tenant base and very high, consistent rental premiums over standard warehouses. The sound of the wind through the trees is the sound of freedom. When your real estate works for you, you no longer have to work for it. That is the ultimate goal of every 1031 exchange. Direct-to-consumer fulfillment centers are the new retail storefront. These small, agile warehouses are located deep within residential neighborhoods. Using a 1031 exchange to acquire these sites puts you in control of the most valuable miles in logistics. Co-living buildings feature shared common areas and private suites. This high-density residential model maximizes yield in expensive cities. A 1031 exchange into co-living assets allows you to provide affordable housing while achieving superior returns on your invested capital. Net-zero energy buildings produce as much power as they consume. These sustainable assets attract premium tenants and have much lower operating costs. Use a 1031 exchange to upgrade your portfolio to the highest standards of environmental and financial efficiency. The infinite exchange is the philosophy of never paying capital gains. By treating every sale as an opportunity to upgrade, you turn the tax code into a ladder. Each rung brings you closer to total financial independence. 140 scenes down, you are in the home stretch of this financial marathon. The most advanced, high-level secrets of the 1031 exchange are about to be revealed. Stay sharp and let's finish this journey strong. Precision agriculture hubs house high-tech drones and soil sensors. These specialized rural buildings are perfect 1031 replacement properties. As farming becomes more data-driven, owning the infrastructure of the food supply chain ensures your wealth remains essential and highly productive. Wellness-centered office parks feature outdoor workspaces and advanced air filtration. These properties command higher rents post-pandemic. Use a 1031 exchange to pivot from traditional cubicle farms to these healthy environments that modern companies are desperate to lease. Short-term stay apart hotels combine the ease of a hotel with the comfort of an apartment. These flexible assets are valid 1031 targets. This model captures both business and leisure travel, providing a diversified income stream within a single property. Artisan manufacturing clusters provide small-scale factory space for local makers. These vibrant industrial communities are high-growth 1031 opportunities. They offer lower tenant turnover and higher community engagement than traditional warehouses, creating a resilient and very profitable investment. Reflecting on a vintage map shows how much the world has changed. Real estate is the only asset that truly stands the test of time. Through 1031 exchanges, you ensure your place on that map remains permanent. Edge computing sites are mini data centers located at the base of cell towers. These tiny but mighty real estate assets are 1031 eligible. They provide the low latency required for autonomous cars and 5G, connecting your wealth to the future. Adaptive parking decks are designed to be converted into housing or offices later. These future-proof structures are brilliant 1031 investments. They provide cash flow today as parking, while offering a massive value-add play for the next generation. Intermodal shipping terminals are the pulse points of global trade. The land and heavy-duty infrastructure are premium 1031 assets. Exchanging legacy property for a stake in a shipping hub ensures your portfolio benefits from every container moving across the country. The deferred legacy is the ultimate gift to your children. By masterfully navigating 1031 exchanges, you are handing them a portfolio that has never been diminished by taxes. You are giving them the full power of your life's work. 150 scenes, you have mastered the art of the exchange, but the final 30 scenes will reveal the most profound secret of all, the topic that ties this entire project together. Let's head toward the big reveal. Deep-sea cable landing stations are the hidden junctions of the internet. The land where these cables emerge is incredibly valuable real estate. Using a 1031 exchange to acquire these sites connects your portfolio to the literal backbone of global connectivity. Vertical cemeteries and columbariums in dense cities are a rare but steady real estate niche. These permanent structures qualify for 1031 exchanges. They offer a respectful service with zero tenant turnover and very predictable, long-term financial performance for your portfolio. Emergency response centers leased to government agencies provide the ultimate lease security. These mission-critical buildings are prime 1031 targets. With a government-backed tenant, your income is guaranteed, making these properties the perfect bedrock for a conservative wealth strategy. Hyperlocal grocery delivery hubs are the new neighborhood pantry. These high-turnover industrial spaces are essential in the modern city. A 1031 exchange into this sector ensures your real estate remains at the center of daily life and consumer convenience. Watching the sunset over a historic skyline reminds us of the power of preservation. Through 1031 exchanges, we don't just build the new, we protect the value of the old, ensuring that wealth and history grow together. Autonomous shuttle hubs feature specialized maintenance and charging bays for self-driving fleets. These future-ready assets are 1031 eligible. By investing in the infrastructure of future mobility, you ensure your real estate stays relevant in a world without traditional drivers. Water purification facilities and private utility land are the ultimate essential assets. The infrastructure and ground are real property. Using a 1031 exchange to move into water-related real estate provides a hedge against scarcity and a truly vital income stream. Sustainable eco-villages combine residential living with shared organic farming. These innovative developments are fully eligible for 1031 treatment. They attract a growing demographic of conscious residents, offering high occupancy and a unique, resilient model for community-based wealth. The compounding horizon is the moment you realize your wealth is self-sustaining. Through decades of 1031 exchanges, the deferred taxes alone have grown into a fortune. You are now playing the game at the highest possible level of success. 160 scenes, we are nearly there. The final 20 scenes will move beyond the mechanics of the exchange and into the heart of why we are here. Prepare for the final revelation of the project's true topic. Satellite assembly cleanrooms are high-spec industrial assets for the space industry. These specialized buildings are 1031 eligible. As the private space race accelerates, owning the ground where satellites are built provides a high-premium, truly out-of-this-world investment. Life extension clinics and longevity centers are the newest frontier in healthcare real estate. These high-end facilities command massive rents. Use a 1031 exchange to enter this booming sector, catering to the growing global demand for health and vitality. Biodiversity offsets and conservation easements can sometimes be structured as 1031 exchanges. By protecting land, you can generate credits while deferring taxes on other gains. This is a sophisticated way to balance environmental stewardship with high-level financial planning. Digital twin-ready buildings use real-time data to optimize every breath and watt. These living structures are the peak of 1,031 replacement properties. They offer the lowest possible overhead and the highest technological value, attracting the world's most advanced tenants. A quiet moment on a city bench at midnight is when the biggest ideas are born. The city never sleeps, and neither does your capital. Through the 1031 exchange, you are part of the pulse of the world. Modular nuclear battery sites for industrial parks are a futuristic infrastructure play. The land and reinforced pads are real property. A 1031 exchange into this energy-dense niche positions your portfolio at the absolute cutting edge of the power revolution. Urban rewilding projects incorporate forests directly into skyscrapers. These vertical forests are premium real estate assets. Using a 1031 exchange to acquire these landmark buildings allows you to own the most iconic and sustainable icons of the future skyline. Vertical farms are not just about food, they are about security. Trading a standard retail center for a climate-controlled leafy green tower is a 1031 masterstroke. You are investing in the most fundamental human need with the most advanced technology. Glamping is the bridge between luxury and nature. By exchanging a low-performing office for a high-yield site with permanent decks and utility lines, you capture the shift toward experiential travel. It is a stylish, tax-efficient way to grow. As the scales of justice and finance balance, reflect on your integrity. A successful 1031 exchange isn't just about the money, it's about doing things the right way, following the rules, and building a legacy of excellence and trust. Automated vertical storage is the future of the warehouse. Trading a legacy strip center for a robotic logistics hub via a 1031 exchange aligns your wealth with global commerce. You are owning the high-tech heart of the modern supply chain. Electric truck stops are the gas stations of the future. The heavy-duty infrastructure and charging bays are real property. A 1031 exchange into this sector ensures your portfolio is ready for the transition to a carbon-free transportation network. Data centers are the cathedrals of the digital age. Trading old apartments for server farms via an exchange lets you capture the infinite demand for data. You are owning the physical space where the modern world actually lives. Smart greenhouses are the future of high-tech agriculture. These permanent steel structures are prime 1031 targets. By investing in ag-tech, you are securing a place in the most sustainable and essential industry on the planet today. A playful moment at the market reminds us to stay humble. Even as we build empires through complex 1031 exchanges, the simple joy of a morning walk is what truly matters. Wealth is a tool for a better life. AI-driven logistics hubs are the peak of efficiency. Through a 1031 exchange, you move from legacy assets into the brain of the global economy. You are owning the sensors and systems that make modern life possible and profitable. Agrovoltaics is the ultimate dual-use real estate. Farming and solar power on the same land creates a double stream of income. A 1031 exchange into this sector is a visionary move for a sustainable and very wealthy future. Modular hotels are a revolution in hospitality. The structural pods are real property that generates immediate, high-yield income. A 1031 exchange into this sector allows you to build faster and smarter than the competition ever could. Urban renewal mixed-use projects are the final frontier of city building. Trading old industrial for new community hubs via a 1031 exchange creates lasting value. You are literally shaping the future of the cities we love and live in. We have reached the end. The true topic of this project is not just 1031 exchanges, it is the art of infinite growth. By never selling, always deferring, and constantly reinvesting, you have mastered the secret of eternal, tax-free wealth.